How's it going? I hope you're doing well. I'm doing okay. I was just, looking at my cows. They've grown. They've grown in numbers, and we're gonna use their leather soon. But I kinda wanna do something— oh, that was weird. I kinda wanna do something a little different. We're gonna do a makeshift bridge. So we're gonna make a little bridge over the river. And we're also gonna add a place where we could put a nether portal. Because after all, we do have 12. Is it 12? I think it's more than 12. 35 obsidian, that's a lot. It's actually perfect. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so anyways, I think we're gonna be using a bunch of cobblestone to make our bridge. And maybe some— I think wood would do wonders along with the a couple stairs, maybe some stone wall, most of walls, and let's see, what can we definitely use slabs, a couple slabs. And I think that's good for now. Oh damn. Okay, hold on, let me just put these away. Best I keep the fish, keep the steak, food is good. Keep the oak fence. Alright, let's head out. Oh, I hope you guys are doing well tonight, or today, or whatever time zone you're in. I just hope you're doing well. Also, I think we're gonna put the bridge here because I think it would look the perfect spot. Put it. Plus, we have plenty of we have plenty of paper. I think we'll be okay. Do you have our pickaxe? Well, let's just set the base, you know? Like, I'm no well, in a way I'm a bit of an artist, but I'm not like a pro builder at Minecraft, you know? I'm not that artistic when it comes to Minecraft. But I guess in a way I can be if I wanted to. In a way it takes time. It takes time to perfect something, it takes time to get good at something. It takes time in general to do anything you want to do in life. Alright, so you may not have a lot of time because I like to keep these videos not too long, let's say. Although the last video was more of an exception. Mainly because it was pretty important for me to talk about. You know, it was a video that was difficult to talk about. And I wanted to make sure I did it right, but I may have, you know, missed a few. But it's okay. You know, you can only do the best that you can. You can only, you know, you can only do the best that you can do. As long as you try hard, right? And being a tryhard isn't always a bad thing. Working hard, doing the best that you can. You're probably not going to see the fruits of your labor soon, but it's basically a way, the universe's way to test your spirits. You know, making sure if you're really committed to not give up, never give up, never surrender. Yeah. Let's continue this bridge. I mean, so far it's kind of neat. Like, I remember when the beta days of Minecraft, even in alpha, You could make some pretty neat builds, but you can't go wrong with the blocks that you use. Especially because, you know, they weren't as detailed, or there were so many blocks that you could use. Not a whole lot that we have now, right? Like, the number of blocks is so vastly different. I wonder if we can pairs. I'm tempted, but let's not. So I wanna actually do this and there we go. That's gonna help. But yeah, anything you set your mind to, you could do it. As long as you have the confidence, and sometimes confidence is all you need. Sometimes you could do it. Maybe you've been training for something for so long, it's like feels difficult, you know? It doesn't feel difficult. It feels overwhelming when you first have to do the thing, whatever that thing is. But you've trained so hard for it. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, if it seems like I'm saying nothing, I'm just oversimplifying. I'm making broad assumptions and generalizing. That way, you know, if something that's relatable to you, good. Because that's basically the goal. I want things I talk about to be relatable. And I hope they are relatable. And I need some more wood. I remember when I first started working like an actual job, quote unquote. Not to say that YouTube isn't a job, it very well could be. But when I first started working in retail, or I used to, but when I first did, it was very nerve-wracking, and all I could ever do was just go with the flow. It was a temporary, I found out. But, you know, of course, it was a temporary job for the holidays, seasonal job, working at foreign exchange. And I think it was like 3 to 4 hours. They were honestly very boring hours, but, you know, I needed to start working, I needed to get a job. So that's what I did. I felt like I could do okay in retail. You know, I do like, you know, I do like fashion in a way. I just haven't really gotten into it because if it's something I really want to be passionate about, it's gonna cost me, and I'm in no situation to splurge on clothing. I just stick with like some basic black pants from Calvin Klein. I just get them on sale, and some basic black t-shirts that are v-neck. I prefer v-neck than crew neck, but I'm okay with crew neck. But anyways, working at foreign exchange was interesting because it was like my first actual job. And when I was working there, I gained quite a bit of experience, but not enough to the point where I felt comfortable. Like, I was still lacking. Like, I didn't know how to work the cashier. I was very embarrassed because my body was a little too weak to carry heavy things, heavy boxes. Because, you know, clothes come in like huge boxes, and you have to like carry them. Get some sleep. So it was kind of boring, and it was all, still a little challenging when um there was an uptick in customers. And even though I took a job like that, I didn't know um what other jobs that are out there. I just was very unaware, very unsure, very oblivious. Say. Even now to this day, if I have to get like an actual job and I don't want to work retail, what do I do? What job do I get? You know? Not to say that YouTube would never work out for me, but if things happen a little too slowly, and if things are dire, if life is a lot more difficult than, than it is now, what do I do? I think stone would work. And when I moved on from foreign exchange to what was it called? From foreign exchange to Tommy Hilfiger, the experience was not the best. I hadn't worked the job in like a couple months or maybe a few years. I know it's a pretty big gap, but I went back into retail, back into the same outlet, the same area, and I went to Tommy Hilfiger and I got a job there, working as an associate. And it was great at first, but I was also struggling a lot. I have a really bad memory and a bad memory with I don't need that cooked mutton, and a bad memory of names. A really bad memory regarding names. So that I was already perceived as somebody that was unworthy, somebody that, could not be relied on. And as time moved on, I started to make some friends. But then I started to lose friends. I started to lose people that I worked with and that I became comfortable working with. Managers that I enjoyed being with moved on, and there were only the managers that were very how should I say this? Strict? Very uncooperative? Managers that I did not have good relations with. So my experience just did not go well. I wish it did. I really wish it did, so that way I could have stayed and whatnot, but I felt like such a disappointment. I think during my time at Tommy Hilfiger, I've already had negative experience. Well, I've had negative experiences, but I was more of a person that really belittled myself. And I know that's not attractive. That's not good. But, it's what happened. It's how I am as a person, sadly. I look down on myself. I berate myself. I'm basically my own worst enemy. My own bully. Yeah, I am. Chicken. So Tommy Hilfiger just it became like a fulfilled prophecy that I'm a loser, I'm a nobody, I'm somebody who's not reliable, I'm incompetent, I'm all these negative things. But I remembered one day during during the busy season, I made many mistakes, too many, and I felt very overwhelmed. But what did I do? I needed to excuse myself. Actually, no. It wasn't that I needed to excuse myself. One of the managers who I liked, but I felt very uncomfortable with because I felt like I kept making him disappointed. But either way, I felt like I needed a break. I took a breather and I felt this overwhelming sense of negative emotion that I was such a loser. I went into the restroom. I broke down. I cried, I cried, I cried. I broke down so hard, I never thought I could break down that hard. It was pretty wild. But I made sure nobody heard me. And I don't think anybody did, but if they did, and if you were there, I'm sorry. Okay. Make this like a square. Oh. Oh yeah, I definitely broke down pretty hard, with my job. It did not feel good. And then I think after that, it took like another few months, or maybe another month or two. Yeah. Like my memory's pretty foggy, but I decided, you know what? I planned to put in my 2 weeks because I just couldn't take it anymore. My depression sunk so low, or my happiness. Training. Yeah. This is what it felt like, I guess. But yeah, I put in my 2 weeks because my depression was so high. My happiness so low. Very low. For my mental sake. So that way I could at least still be on this planet, because I have had tendencies and thoughts. I just felt like, my soul has been sucked out and just been taken away to be used and abused, by corporations trying to, this fucking corporate clothing line that tries to squeeze out all the money that they can and, only play by the rules within California state law and, of course, pay the minimum. I remember when I got a raise, it was like a couple cents. And they were very discreet about it. Anyways, we did build this bridge and it's not bad looking. Could be better, but, we could always work on it further. But for now, I want you to like, subscribe. I'm trying to push to 500 and then 1,000. And, confidence. You could do it. Whatever it is. Together.